Is going on? Boss Dasher, how you doing? Kevin, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Watch your videos and wonder why I still do gig work sometimes. I feel the same way making my videos. I don't know why I do gig work some days. To be perfectly honest, the last couple weeks have been rough. Rougher than usual. I don't know what's been going on. Spark, though, Spark has come through. I just need to figure out how I'm going to be able to vlog days that I'm doing Spark. What market are you in, boss? By the way, we'll probably give it a couple minutes and let the notifications go out if they do. I think I've ticked off, pretty sure I've ticked somebody off in DoorDash. Who knows somebody at YouTube? Oh, yeah, we'll give it a few minutes. Princess Mel, how are you doing? Yvonne, Michael, how are you guys doing? Am I seeing more trash? I'm just not seeing anything. Nah, we're just hanging out tonight. No DoorDash. After this last week, I don't even want to turn the DoorDash app on. Mel says today is a great day. It is. We're all still alive. And hopefully still all none of us have been deactivated. I feel like DoorDash deactivated me and didn't tell me that they deactivated me. I am silver status. No, I don't have a tongue piercing. I'm silver. I lost gold back in end of February, beginning of March. Got it back, what, 3 weeks ago? Maybe a month ago. We actually got her back up to platinum. Didn't see much of a difference. Said screw it. My sanity is worth a lot more than any DoorDash order. Yeah, I go an entire week without a single shopping order after doing 2,902 of them in the last 2.5 years. In the last 2.5 years, I've never gone an entire week without one. So kind of says something's up. I don't know who had a bowl of Cheerios at DoorDash that I in, but Jason, what's going on? Yvonne says, yeah, Uber Eats is like not even upside down. It's almost non existent, negative below freezing. What else can I call it? DoorDash Lite? Alex, what's going on? Mel, you know what sleeping in is? I slept in yesterday, not by choice. I don't know what happened. I apparently needed sleep. I woke up, apparently, I woke up enough to turn my alarm off, and then I slept another 2 hours. So I'm guessing I just needed it. Imagine doing 5,000 shops and literally seeing more shops than ever. Well, congrats. Lisa, how are you doing? Love wins, how are you? No W-2 anymore, says Mel. That's right, last week was your last that was your last shift last week, wasn't it? Ellen, how are you doing? You are in Jesus, you are in here a little early tonight. Michael took a Spark order, made it to Walmart within a few minutes, checked in, and exactly 7 minutes later, order got canceled. Wasn't very happy about it, to say the least. I don't get how that happened. I've had an order well, the only order I've had cancel on Spark that I've experienced was uh, a single drop off on one of the .com orders. So I don't. That would be frustrating, especially being a pickup order because you probably had to wait like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to be able to check in and then put your spot in. At least that's how it is around here. So you add another 7 minutes on top of that. That would be very annoying. Jeremiah, how you doing? Mel, yes, enjoy that freedom. Nicole, how are you doing? Kevin says doing all right. Hope this week isn't my last week of rain. Me and some of my church people are trying to get some work done. It's hard to get done when it's raining every day, for sure. Hopefully you get some sunny, dry days and things kind of dry out a little bit. Heather, how are you doing? Smacks DoorDash. I wish. I knew I should have stopped at DoorDash headquarters a few months ago. I feel like I got divorced. That's how DoorDash is treating me. They just flat ghosted me. So I don't know. All the things I've done for them. It feels like a relationship. You take care of them. You give them money. And I've made DoorDash a lot of money, and then just poof. No calls, no texts, no orders. Don't get it. Kimberly, how are you doing? Greetings from Maryland. We're on the opposite ends of the country. How's the weather where you're at? Contacted support, supposed to get money, but who knows? Lowriders. Too many potholes around here. Never got that. Well, keep an eye on it because it'll show up in your Walmart One or your one account before you won't get notified. So keep an eye out. Last Wednesday was your last shift. Nice. And Monday you're moving to Texas. Good Lord. All kinds of new adventures for you. Alex works my W-2 today. We didn't. $29 in 2 hours. It's better than nothing. First time it's happened. Yeah, they don't happen very often. But I don't see returns happen very often either. But yeah, the we've been bad everywhere. Yeah, there's probably a few places where it's still decent. If DoorDash is in fact giving more orders to the point that people that aren't platinum are getting no offers, um, DoorDash is going to be in for a very rude awakening. I would love to see. It would take a nationwide effort and be a very organized strike. All DoorDash drivers, or not, you won't ever be able to get all of them. To make a dent, you'd have to have at least half of them. Because then the other half just would not be able to keep up with the what order volume is there. I think if half of them, or if half of us organized and turned the apps off for a day, that'd actually be really cool to see. You would have to get every gig tuber on here to basically be just this giant call to arms. That would be magnificent to see. It really would. Mel, so it was your last shift, and you got a third grandbaby. That's really cool. Heather's doing good, other than the low ball offers. You're getting more offers than I am. Dumb Dash, not DoorDash, with the door trash and Dummy Dash. Tony can go stick it. Warren, what's going on? Today is my last day in the 55 to 64 demographic. I get to check a new box starting tomorrow. Or you could just check the same box and not tell them. That's what I would do. Reminds me, I should check the 18 to 25 box next time I have to, just to see if they give me a weird look. I identify as 21. Believe in perfection. You stick with it. I haven't perfected 21 yet. Still can't figure out how to get a membership to your channel. It's like it doesn't show the option for it. That is weird. I don't know. Videos are going to be very different for a little while anyway. I do have to be careful recording uh, Spark orders, though. Layla, how are you doing? Good to see you. Yes, happy birthday, Warren. 64. All over again. No, he's 65. He's got to check a new box. But can you retire from DoorDash now? Lovewind says, I have been out of gig work 6 weeks now, and I think I am still recovering. I'm naturally happier just not having DoorDash on. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I really am. Didn't even open it today. Mel, I am very happy for you. Jason's been driving his car. That is good. Jason, you did not wreck your Camry. Somebody wrecked it for you. It's like if I got somebody pregnant, I wouldn't say I was pregnant. You had a teenager who probably shouldn't have had a driver's license, caused an accident. That's what I said. LOL, 29 is better than 0. Camry Chill subs, what's going on? Mark, how you been? So frustrated with Uber, had a 30-mile order and customer removed a tip. I would go remove that. No, you can't remove a person's mailbox. Thought crossed my mind, but um, just remember that karma is real and they will get theirs. It's real. It happens. I witnessed karma firsthand. Heck, we all witnessed karma firsthand on in a video a couple weeks ago when we stopped and got lemonade at that lemonade stand those kids were having. I gave them a $10 bill for a dollar cup of lemonade, and like an hour later, our next actually one of our last shopping orders ever. Currently, I'm joking. We get that shopped, we go drop it off, and she tipped me like $6 or $7 on the app, I think, and then tipped me another $10 cash. So I got my $10 right back. So I got free lemonade. The kids got, $10 towards their goal. It works both ways. Deanna, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Hope you're feeling good today. Um, you can't organize gig workers; they're too independent. So, how do you feel about the whole labor union that they're trying to work on in California, or the gig workers union? I've looked a bit into it. I think, Warren, you make a very excellent point. Can't organize gig workers; they're too independent. And even if you could hypothetically organize enough of them, who are you going to put in charge of your union? They wouldn't want me in charge. They really wouldn't want me in charge. Just put work in for 2 weeks just to realize they got rid of Dash Now. They got rid of Dash Now? What market are you in? Uber can Uber well, Uber Eats more or less. Yeah, they're a little more tricky on the food deliveries. I've done maybe a couple hundred Uber Eats orders overall. I don't mess with Uber Eats very much, for one. Uh, Second reason I don't mess with Uber Eats is I signed up initially for Uber rideshare, so Uber system has me prioritized for rideshare, not Uber Eats. So I can turn rideshare off and just do Uber Eats, and they might send me one offer in 3 hours. Just what happens. Travis, what's going on? It has been a while. Been Ubering late at night into the morning. How's that been for you? I guarantee you've got less traffic. Probably less idiots on the road too. Less traffic, less idiots. Synonymous. Mel, thank you so much. 6 months at squirrel level. Let's see. John says, "Do I have to choose for you?" You can all decide. Lonesome Pine, how are you doing? Good to see you. It was weird. Uber said it was a two-part pickup since it was a big order. When dropped it off, the customer said they messed his order up. Well, it sounds like the restaurant's issue or the merchant's issue and not yours. So the whole "don't shoot the messenger" thing used to be a metaphor. Now we just get punished for everything. Like I said, though, he that customer, Mark, that customer is going to receive a nice dose of karma, and it's not going to taste at all good going down. 67 is a retirement age. After that, I'll be able to make as much as I want without impacting Social Security. Yeah, they want to get as much money from you for as long as they can. Oh, of course, Mel. Love Wins retired from DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Favor. I got to stick it out with one of them for a little while. Still have bills to pay. Obviously, with DoorDash, so it's not DoorDash isn't paying the bills. Made almost $600 last week just on Spark. I made $48 on DoorDash. I made more last week selling my decals, selling an order of decals at a wholesale price than I did on DoorDash. I don't know. Maybe it's the universe's way of telling me it's time to do something different. Not rely on the apps at all. Deanna says hi, Chuck, and I'm over here looking for dashing. um, oh, I know, Deanna. I thought about you. I was looking for Steelers stuff, and I keep seeing Bigfoot with Steelers emblem. I was like, I should send those to Charlie. Send it to me if you want like a custom decal or something. Like I can do that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Did bro win lottery one day ago? I did not win the lottery. I wish I had. You got to play to be able to win. Um, so, um, you're a blessed man to help those kids. Oh, well, thank you. No, it was fun to do. I see if I have cash and I see a kid's lemonade stand, I'm stopping, and I am giving them more than what they're charging. That didn't sound good. Looking around for screaming rednecks. I'm at Walmart, looking around for screaming rednecks. It back up into me. I have to start eating 2% of customers' food. Only way to get back is I get that it would be very difficult to do is to actually organize a strike of any significant size. I get that. I'll dress up as Paul Revere and go stand in front of DoorDash headquarters with the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. No, George Washington, powdered wig and all. George Washington did not wear a wig, by the way. Trying to put in extra hustle. Got tickets to Monday Night Football game. Dallas Cowboys, November 3rd. Ooh, I'm jealous. Michael, if Yvonne doesn't want to go, I'll go with you. Don't remind me. I can't believe I'm going to that game. But you don't have to. But best believe I will be all decked out in gear head to toe. There won't be any losing your wife, Michael. At least accidentally. 35 years Warren says 35 years ago, as president of a union, mindset of workers who will support a union is far different than those who want to be gig workers instead of having a W-2. I guess what do people even what do we want out of gig work? Like what do we actually want? I don't even know if we'd all be able to decide on that. The problem is that is how companies do what DoorDash does is by having the power and the authority to implement all of these changes with no resistance. It has been that way since the beginning. It's crazy. How's Connie doing tonight? Good to see you in here. You'll be the only one in black and yellow. Oh Lord, be careful wearing a third team. I saw a video a little while ago. Some Texans fan got into it with the Rams fan at a Rams 49ers game, I think, or was it a Texans Rams game? I don't even know who played who this weekend. It was like three. 2 women got into it. One walked away super bloody, but there was like 3 different. There was the Rams. She was wearing a Texans jersey, and there was a 49ers fan there too, which and they were at a game. It was confusing. Some of you guys might have seen that video. Usually picks up when college starts up. Yeah, the problem is it's college has been going for almost a month. Like University of Nebraska, they've been going 3 weeks now. 3.5 weeks. This area, from what I've learned over the last year, even last September was decent. Uh, it really wasn't until we went out to Nebraska back in February that things started really. But I'm not going to go out of my way to do DoorDash. If they're not sending me orders here, I don't know. I don't see why I would drive 30 miles one way or another to a different zone to see if they'll send me offers there. Because if I get over there and they send me nothing, then I just wasted 30 miles, 60 miles round trip. If they do start sending me offers, I'm not about to drive 60 miles round trip every day just to be able to get into a zone to work. That's even at 30 miles a gallon, 2 gallons, that's like 8.50 in gas. Spark's coming through just fine. And I think most of us can agree that we're happier when we're not giving DoorDash our time or energy. These other apps that are actually giving us decent orders. Greetings. I can't pronounce that name, but greetings. Hello. Mark says also had a pickup last night for a Jason, but a woman got in my car and was on something. You get that quite a bit with Uber rideshare, Uber and Lyft both. You'll have people that will boyfriend or husband, no, generally not husband, uh, boyfriend, booty call. Sometimes they'll order for the walk of shame, technically the rite of shame. Earl, what's going on? Oh, we were just talking about if we actually could strike. I would love to see a strike happen. Uh, but with DoorDash specifically. Warren will dress up as Santa Claus. We could get you dressed up as Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam had a beard too. How's Earl doing tonight? Grasshopper says survival temporarily. Yeah, it's. Oh, there is somebody with it. There is an employee right there, and like there's a radio somewhere just walking around with no person attached to him. Nick, what's up? Saw the part of this thing today. Somehow a cat made it in the middle of the aisle of Walmart. 3 or 4 Walmart employees trying to. Oh, I'd love to have seen that. want in on the board meeting that go over what changes need to be done. I'd also like to be present, some of my own ideas. Yeah, present them all. Tree says higher base pay, required minimum tip. Now, you won't be able to require a minimum tip on EBT orders. And that I'm actually kind of okay with. Uh, yes, there's some people that take advantage of the system, but there are actually a lot of elderly people that are on food stamps, EBT, whatever you want to call it. And there are families. So I do have a soft spot there. But regular restaurant orders, I agree with. There should be some kind of minimum something. I'm a Walmart, guys. You should know. If I make a weird face. Connie says, I'm very curious, how do people feel about delivering in the evening when it starts getting dark? As a lady, I wonder. I'm generally okay with it. But again, I'm in more of a mixed area as far as rural and urban, suburban. So there's not a lot of people around hanging out in neighborhoods. Bigger cities, obviously, you've got more people, more crime, more. Uh, yeah, I never had an issue in Lincoln. Lincoln's 340,000 people, I think, roughly. 400,000 roughly on a football during a football game. But I never had an issue. Carry bear spray or taser or whatever the heck you want to carry. Do people feel safe doing it if I don't mind? I don't mind doing it in the early morning, but when it's dark, I'm not sure. I would definitely be more aware of your surroundings if you do it at night. Yvonne, you saw that video? Yeah, that was crazy. 60 to 70% Uber fee would be a topic for union. Yeah, they could really, the apps could just revert back to what they were like when I signed up. Like when I signed up Uber and Lyft, I got 70%. Yes, initially I got 70%. Whatever the fare was, I got 70% of what the rider was charged. Then they reduced it. I think I'd been doing it about a year. They reduced it to 60%. So still 60% goes to the driver, 40% goes to Uber. Okay, that's fine. And then they changed it to like flat rate pricing or upfront pricing, and they're depending on your market, depending your area, with different events that go on. It really didn't change how much money I was making in Nebraska because I used to get a lot of tips driving people. There's always people that aren't going to tip, but I got a lot of tips. DoorDash is effing me in the arse. And dang it, I am tired of it. Uh, I wouldn't do that. We can joke about it, but I wouldn't touch a customer's food. That customer has absolutely no idea what we're going through. That customer has no idea what DoorDash does. They just it's a means to an order. It's a means to a meal for the customer. So, I don't really blame them. Jason, yeah, it's gonna be a shorter trip than last time. I think I think I think a week, 6 or 7 days. Don't like dashing in the dark because no one lights their address, and tripping hazards could take me out of commission. You got Warren. You need a wrong strap. Need a headlamp. Oh, Texas Rams game. Okay, that makes sense. And then somebody was there wearing a 49ers jersey. Go figure. Yeah, get you guys a headlamp. You can actually get a 2-pack for like 10 or $15 at Walmart. Get the kind that's got 3 AAA batteries in it. Not the kind that recharges. You'll be recharging it more than you're actually using it. Um, Michael says we're doing a little more trips in the evening times as far as deliveries, but I agree with you, Warren. Don't like it too much when you can't see addresses and people don't use their porch lights. Yeah, out here, just in my area, and I can't really show it on videos because, well, I'd be giving away customers' addresses and like actual locations. But there's a lot of there's a lot of long driveways in this area, and there's a lot of fortunately reflective signs. You still have to look for them. Sometimes they're up on a tree really high. Sometimes they're at eye level. Sometimes they're on a post. Sometimes they're on the mailbox. Sometimes they're on the wrong side of the mailbox. But fortunately, for the most part, GPS does work. Some of the neighborhoods it doesn't. It'll try to route you through somebody's backyard to deliver to the street to the house behind them instead of just driving around the block. Let the invincible kids play in the dark. I got I super bright LED lights. Used to send message when getting dark. Please turn on porch light. Did it work? I'm curious if how often that worked. How often they actually saw the message and went, "Oh yeah." It's like the least you can do for you know the driver that's bringing you your food. If you're that hungry, I would make sure I have my porch light on. What size? If you're talking about the headlamp, I think it's like a 4 or 500 lumen. It's bright. You can change it from 3 to 2 to 1. I'm not going to point it directly in the camera and blind everybody. Hey, you guys are on top of it tonight. Like, I'm not even seeing. I see a couple people got timed out. Yeah, that's a great idea. Jason, you can't be in some states that'd be attempted something. Yeah, don't do that to Mel. Paul, what's going on? There are reasons I don't do raid. Yeah, I mean, there's this. I don't mind. I enjoy it a few times a year. Sometimes it's nice to mix things up and have a random conversation with somebody you've never met that's getting into your car. Daniel, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. And Daniel W. We got Daniel Berry and Daniel W. Daniel W says, crazy rideshare story, please. Can you reply? Crazy rideshare story. Trying to think of one that I can actually say on YouTube. Trying to keep it PG. I've had some that I'd almost be embarrassed to repeat. I would say I don't know. I've had pukers before. Nothing too crazy. Actually, yeah, the first time I had a puker was fun. They were nice enough to let me know that they were going to fill it. They were filling it. It's quarter after 2 in the morning. I'm right on O Street, just outside of downtown. There was cops driving up and down the street, and I'm driving this carload of college girls back to their house. They're all drunk, but they're actually polite. There's one girl that I knew instantly as soon as she sat down in the car. She was the last one to get in. I'm like, she's gonna throw up. I know she's gonna throw up. You just you have that look. You have that look when you're about to throw up. Everybody knows. So I made sure that not only was the window unlocked, but the window was down. Not messing around here. I get going. 3 blocks later, I hear her friend go, "Hey, can you stop? She's about to puke." I had the car stopped before she even said puke. I went from 40 to 0 into the median and had her door open in the time that it took her friend to go, "Hey, I think she's going to," already had the car stopped. Only had one cop drive by. He looked at me, looked at her, gave me a thumbs up, then kept driving. I did have another puker who her her friend ordered the ride. So I'm going pulling up to a bar thinking that I'm picking this one woman up, whoever the name on the account was. Uh, so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and I see one girl coming out, and I'm looking at the profile picture on the app, and I'm like, okay, that's her. And her friend that's really drunk. Cool. So I'm thinking they're both going home. Yeah. She helps the one that ordered the ride, the account holder, she helped her friend into the car, closed the door, looked at me and said, hey, do me a favor. I'm not ready to go home yet. She's really drunk. Can you take her home and make sure she gets inside? Thanks. And runs off. And I look at her friend and I go, you really need to pick better friends. Like, I no filter. I don't care. You should have better friends. If you are that drunk and your friend who you came to the bar with is just going to shove you into a stranger's car and tell that stranger to not only drive you to where you live, but to make sure you get inside, I just went, this is not going to turn out well at all. It's not going to turn out well. So I need to figure out what I need to do in the time that I am, driving across town to drop her friend off. Then she decided she needed to puke. I make a quick right turn. She tapped me on the shoulder because she was in the front seat, but she's like, and I knew that was cute. So I whipped in, got the door open. She starts throwing up. 30 seconds later, she's still hanging outside of the car, still throwing up. And then all of a sudden, I see red and blue flashing lights in my mirrors. I'm going, this is great. How am I going to explain this? I have a strange woman. Yes, I'm an Uber driver, but I have a strange woman in my car who's throwing up. And I just realized I pulled into the parking lot for faculty at the University of Nebraska. There's a University of Nebraska cop behind me. He walked up and told me, don't worry, she's coming with me. If I had to pull into that parking lot, the cop never would have stopped because I would have been on City Street and I would have had a bigger issue of then getting her home and into her house or apartment or whatever the living situation was. But all because I made the right turn at the right moment and pulled into the right parking lot, I had a cop save my butt. And then I had to let the writer or the account holder know, hey, your friend threw up in my car and she's on her way to detox. That was fun. All kinds of there's all kinds of crazy stories I could tell. They get a lot worse. I might have to do like a members only unfiltered Uber story time. Now the fare isn't. Yeah, they need to. I save my Uber days anyway. As far as rideshare, I just save those for Nebraska football home games. Because even though I'm living out here, I'll go out there and work on a Saturday. The amount of money that can be made out there, I could afford to drive out there, get a hotel room, drive the entire day, get in my car, drive back, and even after paying for gas and hotel, I would still make like $300 profit. Now I'm going to be out there a few more days longer, but college towns, college football games, if you got one in your area, try Uber. You make some really good money. Very bright to customer complimented me. Oh, you got the gloves with lights. I'd want to flip somebody off and go, "Hey, look at my lightsaber." Yeah, Mel, I wouldn't let Jason in your car after beans. You need a Febreze enema. Jay did find out how well he could do in Branson, Missouri, though. How was it? We'll be in Lincoln. I'm gonna stay at we got a hotel for a couple nights. Capped, yes. A lot of customers assume that since they're charged so much more, the money's coming to us. Yeah. No, it's lining Tony Shoe's pockets. It's lining Tony Shoe's shoes. Connie, you have a great evening. Always good to see you. Use Android Moto. Double karate chop for light. Sometimes mailboxes are on the other side of the street. They are. But usually, at least Apple Maps, I don't ever have an issue with the pin being on the wrong house. Sometimes it just tries to route you down the wrong driveway to the right house. Had an AT&T technician out at my house when we got to talking. He orders a lot of food deliveries, and he says it's gotten expensive because they would tip big and the delivery fee on top. And I told him us drivers will maybe see $2 to $3 of those fees. Yes, I feel like a little monkey. We're little monkeys for DoorDash. Dance, little monkey. Yeah, people have no clue, and some of them really don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. Wouldn't it be awesome if all the drivers came up with a company that would push DoorDash and other apps out of the market? That would be nice. That would be so nice. More of an independent marketplace kind of app where something like the dog walking apps. You have your profile, you have your experience, you kind of have your own little resume slash profile thing out there, and instead of you know you can put bids in for jobs, but customers could actually pick you specifically because they've had you before and you did an awesome job of picking out their produce. I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there that have been getting, you get the same customer over and over again and you kind of just talk and work out a deal on the side where they send you their grocery list, they cash app you the money, you go and shop the order, you pay for it, and then they pay you accordingly, on top of it. There's many, many, many ways for anybody out here to make money and not have to rely on DoorDash. The question is, do you want to? It's a lot. Sometimes it's a lot. Depending what you want to do, it's a lot of work and a lot of time, and uh, you need a lot of patience. None of the apps are what they were 5 years ago. None of them are. Heck, none of them are even what they were 2 years ago. Yeah. Type of thing. Yeah, 2 years ago. Oh, cool, Charlie. No worries. So a lot of times customers don't realize we get paid so little by these apps. And that's the reason there's some people out here trying to see, we're trying to do it the honest way. That's the problem. We're out here trying to do it the honest way, and you have a lot of other people, and it's something that's completely out of our control. They're DoorDash, all these apps could do something to fix it if they wanted to, but they don't want to because they don't care how their orders get delivered as long as they get delivered because that's money in their pockets. They don't care about money in your pocket or my pocket. Jason is a daylight dasher now after the car wreck. Paul, yeah, I don't particularly enjoy driving at night, like as far as deliveries. I'll do it. I'll do it in the dark. That's I have no problem doing it. I just like to have other. I like being able to do other things. Warren says after cataract surgery, his night vision improved. Still don't care for the hassle, especially since they do well enough in the light. Yeah, there's more to life though than these apps. So yeah, I do it during the day. Do something else at night. Enjoy life. I don't know. We only live once. Spending most of it in my car, as I do my life in my car. I became the Flash. What? Mark says had a DoorDash delivered a hamburger to a college girl and she had no pants on. Okay, had that. No, I haven't. No, can't say that I've had that happen. Warren says, Mark, it took me over 7,500 deliveries before I got my first no pants experience. Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I've really had that happen. I'll be for, and I say that on as a positive because you never know. Your first experience could be a really bad one, and you wish you were Ray Charles. So I'm kind of glad that it hasn't happened. Or it says you don't carry bags. What do you mean? I always have bags on me. I got to see anyone pantless. However, yesterday we had a Spark order offer for a customer named Dog Food. We respectfully declined that offer. Oh, I delivered to the Ganja King on DoorDash. This was a couple years ago back in Lincoln. I've had conversations with the DoorDash agent Sparkle Pants. Wish I was making that one up. I don't like any other weird names. I know I've had a few. I remember the Ganja King because he was definitely competing with Cheech and Chong, and it was a pizza order. He was hungry. You shouldn't be able to order a ride or order food, at least if the name doesn't match the card used for payment, just my opinion. Yeah, I think there becomes an issue when you're using when you're using your, Twitch handle or your YouTube handle or whatever is your uh, name on a food delivery. Because then you don't even know if you're delivering to a man or a woman. I mean, if you get sparkle pants, I'm hoping you're delivering to a woman, but you never know. I was scared that they were Hannibal Lecter. I was going to be dog. Don't worry, he was just having an old friend for dinner. Warren, puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. Got a beer can museum in the house. How's it going? Did good, large catering. Nice. 4 tires at Firestone, $600. Oof. Love wins. Have a wonderful night. It's always good to see you. Frosty, what's going on? How you doing? You got tires rated for 70. I mean, 75,000 miles? 30,000 miles ago. I don't think they're going to last 40, but yeah, I think I got 60,000 miles to 60,000 mile tires. And yeah, the front ones, I don't know if they're going to see 40,000. I don't think they're going to see 40,000. Even the quality of tires has gone to crap. Sad. Like I have pictures. One of these days, I'll share with the ones that I can right now. Uh, I have seen things that have survived a freaking volcano. That were made in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, that survived a volcano that would get destroyed in like a 40-mile-an-hour wind today. I don't get it. The quality, yeah, I do get it. Everything's made in China. And what isn't made in China is made so cheaply to try to compete with the prices or the cost in China that you still get the same quality. Why am I not driving time for W-2? I'm not going back to a W-2. Good money doesn't come without hard work, but hard work doesn't guarantee good money. Yes. You got to be more efficient because it's about being productive and you can keep yourself busy, but it doesn't mean you're always being productive. You could take a bunch of orders and you could drive a bunch of miles, but are you being productive about it? A lot of us are that are in the lab right now. Frosty says, watch videos first live. Well, welcome. We talk about basically anything and everything, including and excluding gig work. Mel says, I had no life with the W-2 and double no life with W-2 and DoorDash. It's starting to get breezy. It doesn't get windy here very often, so when I start seeing branches and stuff from side to side, I'm like, Rides is the company, not in your market. Not sure if I've heard of that one. Now just DoorDash, I can start and stop as I please. Mel's no pants experience was a man in a white robe. Hmm. Yeah, people are weird. Oh, puke bags. I do have puke bags. My experience is if they're drunk enough, even if you hand them a puke bag, all they're going to do when they throw up is crumple it up in their hands as they're puking somewhere that's not the bag. So, do I have them? Yes. Do I give them out? No. Also, perk of having two apps, both rideshare, Uber and Lyft. If you're driving during a concert, driving during an event or something, and you have somebody throw up in your car, whatever app that you're on, report it, clean it up, do it yourself, do a good job, throw down a blanket across the back seat or make sure it's dry, and then report it, turn that app off, go turn the other app on. You're still able to make money. Technically, you could probably, but I've always turned the app off. If somebody's puking on Uber, I report it. I switch over to Lyft. After I clean it up, I keep driving. Febreze, Ozium, Lysol. Those three will clean, sanitize your car, and in a matter of 10 minutes, nobody will know that anybody ever threw up in your car. Then you're still able to, you're going to get money from the cleanup fee. Also, take many pictures, many pictures. Be as detailed and as graphic as possible. You get more money. Because I had somebody, and I learned this from somebody at Uber, because I had somebody actually throw up in my car. They tried to pop their head out the window. It got down the outside of the car door, the inside of the car door. I took pictures, sent it to them. I thought that was the only two places there was puke. Just as I was getting ready to submit, I looked and realized, because I was talking to an agent then, I realized that there was puke in the sill where the window comes up and down. The window is down. So I had to get a special tool and get in there and clean it. Cleaned it out pretty easy. There wasn't a lot that got in. But the difference between not having that picture of it going down the window track, I ended up getting an extra $100 just because of that. So if you do Uber, take pictures that make it look like it was a crime scene. Sparkle pants, yes. And now I call other people sparkle pants. It's not a term of endearment either. Warren says when he had no life when he owned his own business, 70, 80 hours a week, had to deal with problems, employees' problems, customers' problems. That's why he's retired early, and ladies, he's single. Uh, Yvonne says she would definitely deliver to Sparkle Pants. Beer Can says, don't miss the corporate world, still enjoy dashing, mostly for mental health reasons, get me out of the house. And some of us have quit, actually have done the opposite for mental health reasons. I know quite a few people that have actually quit doing gig work for mental health. Um, we're all going through something, every single one of us. So I try to have a little bit of patience with people, some more than others. Why am I not accepting orders? I'm not taking any DoorDash orders. I'm not giving DoorDash my time. They're not giving me orders. I'm not giving them my time. Appreciate that, boss. Yeah, when I go, like I said earlier in the video, or earlier in the live, when I in the last 2.5 years since the whole shopping thing started, I've done 2,902 shopping orders in 2.5 years. That's 22 shopping orders a week. I, for the first time in the last 2.5 years, have gone an entire week without one. I've gone a day without one. I've gone 2 days without one before. I have never gone an entire week. And I have never turned my app on between 11 and noon and sat for 45 minutes and gotten 0 offers. So something's going on with DoorDash. Just not going to give them my time. Oh God, Warren. Late wife had the same outfit, but it fits you better. Is the line I want to give next time I get the no pants delivery. Oh, I appreciate that. I always tell Charlie he made me a better shopper. Nick says, Beer Can, I appreciate that. I really do. There's one thing I'm actually okay with saying I was good at, or I am good at, is shopping. I'm picky about that produce. Gives you good ratings. People are picky about produce. So when you can be pickier than the customer is about produce, that's when you get good ratings, higher tips, more more tips. Uh, I complimented a lady on her appearance last week, and she added a tip, or she added more onto her tip. I was just like, okay, like I was just got to scan her ID for alcohol. Try to compliment somebody. They end up tipping me more. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start lying to people. You are a very handsome woman. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's 2025. Don't do that. Favorite DoorDash handle I came across was Cookie Monster, and that night all they ordered was over 10 McDoubles. I like that. It's it's a cute, funny kind of nickname and order. So Like Ganja King, I delivered to. There's no guessing what that man is up to. Video games, munchies, and smoking. September 1st, you can only buy vapes made in USA here in Texas. They suck, no pun intended. China knows how to make vapes, I guess, just saying. Do you really work hard enough? Because DoorDash thinks we don't. DoorDash would love for us to work 90 hours a week, taking every order and making nothing. Uber's new AI chatbot support system is so whack now. Is it worse than DoorDash? Yeah, there's probably some. I got some Irish, Scottish. Pretty much it. Uber totally is on crack. Their offers, their support, it's all whack. Well, I'm just hoping for one more solid day on Uber, a week from Saturday in Nebraska, and then after I make hundreds of dollars that day for driving drunk people around in terrible traffic, then Uber can do whatever it wants to do. I won't ever touch Uber again either. Mark, appreciate you hanging out. Have a great night. Be safe. Corey, how you doing? Today, hey Eric, how you doing? Honeybees Emma, how are you? Oh, always thank you, Michael. You going on strike? We'll talk about it. We're gonna do this. It's gonna if we're gonna do it, it's gonna be organized. It's gonna be done right. It has to be done right, or it just shouldn't be done at all. Things are good. I mean, in general, overall, things are good. Probably taking a break from DoorDash, not completely by choice, but I'm also not going to give them any more energy or effort than they give me. How much Alex was doing door trash and decided to call it a night after the order started going south. Yvonne, have a great night. Beer can, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is about time. Eric, what's going on? Exploring with Eric. Do you like the new update on the app? No. I made $48 last week on DoorDash. $48. Spark came through though. Spark gave you a headache today. It was a little rough. It was slightly concerning that I didn't see a .com order today. They don't always have one, but it's kind of nice when they do. I'll I'll drive 40 miles in 2 hours and make 60, $70. Listen to an audiobook, throw on a movie, listen to that, go drive around back roads and up in the hills and drop orders off. Heck yeah. There's got to be a wait list like 4 generations deep to get on probably FedEx and UPS around here. I mean, oh, this is a sticker I'm working on. Not bad for not being very artistic. What the heck was it? Oh, I was looking for that video. I might add a little short YouTube Shorts video. Yeah, I'll edit it to some cool music and show you my average view for doing a .com order because it sends me out in the middle of nowhere. Really isn't that far. 3 miles that way. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Wish they would do like a 6-hour Walmart online order, 150 and call it a day. That would be nice. What did I saw one. I know I got that screenshot. I will share that with you guys before we kind of call it. Oh, where's it at? It was so terrible. Like the average .com order that I'll take is anywhere from 7 to 12 pickups. It's usually paying me $30 an hour on average, 30 to 35, and I mean it's decent. This was one that they didn't send me, thank God, because I would have taken it anyway. 26 stops, so one pickup, 25 drop offs. 138.1 miles. It's going to take 5 hours and 8 minutes. How much do you think that they offered? I'll let you guys, I'll give you guys a few minutes to guess. Eric, did you see that? Is there a reflection? Uh, $93. That's what that offer looked like. No, I did not take it. But that was an offer. And what thankfully I wasn't even at that Walmart. 26 drop offs or 25 drop offs. 138 miles. It actually has you. Here's the crazy part. Um, has you pick up there. Trying to get it to focus and it's not wanting to. There. You pick up there, you drop those off. Then you have to drive. This is actually about 22, 23 miles. Then you're going to drop these off. And then it wants you to go all the way back down into Portland to drop the last two off. What it should just be drop everything off and make a circle. You could have actually saved a lot of miles. But no. It did, Warren, yeah, 2 drop offs into Oregon, right inside Portland. 5.5 hours better be 120 or more. 5.5 hours on Spark for a .com should be like 150 to 170, somewhere in there. because I'll do it. Like I said, I do what 7 to 12 drop offs, 35 to 40 miles, paying 65 to 75 on average. You know, someone took it in a second. Probably. It had sat there for a while. I don't remember what I got for it because I've had some. Today wasn't great, but I try to hang out in the right spot for the .com orders. I did one when I was in Portland, 85, 22 miles, 15 drops. That's not bad at all. That would be a solid one. I wouldn't do it in Portland, but I would dollar to mile in that. I would definitely do that. That's Wednesday. I did not have one. Tuesday, I didn't get one either. Oh, I was looking at last week. They've been a little smaller. What was it? Sunday? Sunday was eight drop offs for $50, but it was going I think 29 miles, and it was going to be done in like an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm like, $50 for an hour and 10 minutes? Yes. Not turning that down. I don't have to go in and shop. I just drive to one house, scan a package, set it down, snap a picture, get in my car, and do that. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Plus, I was listening to a really good audiobook. But you guys, I just realized it is 7:30, so I'm gonna go home and get some food. I appreciate all of you that stopped in. I don't know who all got a notification that I went live. I don't think YouTube's doing that anymore. I don't mind the miles these days. It's more about pay per hour. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little less concerned with the miles on Spark because the money's that much better. It offsets. Like, how do you? I can't turn down a $50 offer. I will turn down a $50 offer if it's going to Portland. I'll turn down a $50 offer if it's going 80 miles or even 50 miles. I'm not doing a dollar per mile because then I know I'm going to have at least a few miles to drive back. But yeah, I'll go down $1.20, $1.25, $1.50 a mile. $2 is not sustainable anymore. I'll concede a little bit, but I'm not conceding to taking $2 or $3 offers just to appease the people at DoorDash to give me better offers. Not going to happen. Defeats the whole purpose of being an independent contractor. But you guys all have a great night. Jason, glad you got your car kind of going. Lauren, how are you doing? Said DoorDash shopping order 18 items, 5 mics, paying $4. That is completely offensive. I would not take that. I will not touch a shot. I will not touch an alcohol order. If it's one item, that's got to be at least $8. I mean, all in all. But Mel, you have a wonderful night. Jason, Eric, Daniel, Warren. I'm doubling names. Tissue, Nick, Alex, Beer Can, Yvonne, Francisco, Eric, Honeybees. You guys all have a great night. I'm gonna go get some food. Keep an eye out in the community section. As soon as I get the shipping and handling fixed on the website, on the store, everything will be live. So I'll let you guys know, keep you informed. Until then, I will probably see you guys on Friday in some kind of quasi screwed up video.